Today's qualifying session is about to start here at the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya, and what a cracker of a session we're expecting it to be. So then, Ant, it's another Grand Prix weekend, another exciting qualifying session ahead of us. What are you going to be looking out for over the next few minutes?
The first question is going to be who can avoid making mistakes. There isn't much margin for error in qualifying, and you have to bear in mind that the track conditions may have changed since practice, particularly as we've had a few support races in the meantime. If the brake bias settings, for example, don't take this into account, it's extremely easy to lock up a front wheel and cause a flat spot. Just like that, your lap's ruined and you've wasted a set of tyres to boot.
What's up guys, it's Mars, welcome back to another video. Today here, back on F1 2018 to do some challenge, I can say. Basically today we're going to drive Kimi Raikkonen's Ferrari around the circuit of Catalunya with the objective of win the race. But why win the race? If you guys don't know, in 2017 Kimi Raikkonen retired off the Spanish Grand Prix, and in the middle of the crowd there was a kid crying because he was out of the race. His name was Thomas, and a minute later the kid met his hero, and what was going to be the worst day ever maybe turned to his best day ever. But today on the 2018 game with the 2018 Ferrari, we're going to try to do the complete opposite. Try to win the Spanish Grand Prix for Thomas. So here we are in qualifying, already in the start-finish straight, and let's see, one-shot qualifying, all stress on me, but heading to the first corners. We're still in P1, so it's very good now to turn 3, be a little bit patient and lift off a little bit the throttle. I can't go flat out in that corner, but heading now heading the first sector. And let's see what we can do. At the moment we are in P1 battling with Lewis Hamilton for pole, now P3, and now we're going to the session of the track that I'm always strong. So let's see if we can nail that, heading to this fast right and left-hander, and now this fast right-hander again, one of my favorite corners on the game. And yeah, open the DRS, and let's see, now he's just wait for heavy braking for the happen, a left-handed hairpin, and now is going to be the session that I struggle the most. Very hard that not to hit that curve, because if we hit that curve most probably we're going to spin the car. But heading to the final couple of corners, heading to the final chicane, it's vital to not touch too much curb, to not lose the back end of the car. Heading to the final corner, flat out, open the DRS, and it's going to be pole position for us. So for now everything is going well, and yeah, let's see now, let's go to the race and let's see if we can carry this momentum.
Welcome to the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya, here in Spain, for what is expected to be a very closely contested race. It's a sellout crowd of 140,000 here today as we await lights out for the 730-metre sprint down to turn 1 of this 2.9-mile racetrack. Overtaking is challenging through these 16 corners, but there's still a lot of high-speed excitement to be found, including the flat-out turn 3 and the terrifying blind right of turn 9. I'm joined again today by none other than Anthony Davidson. Tell me, Ant, obviously there's a lot of development work that goes on with these cars between the races. You've been both a test driver and a race driver. What differences are there in the way you approach those roles?
Interesting question, Crofty. They're two very different mindsets. I mean, when I tested for BAR, we had full in-season testing where, per driver, you'd cover up to 15,000 kilometres per season. And in that role, it was more about working for the team, trying to help them improve the car and drive as systematically as you could, so that that data could be analysed in the most consistent way. When you're lining up on the grid for a race, however, your frame of mind's all about what you can get out of the situation on that day, and the car's the tool to help you achieve what you want. You still want to focus on setup, of course, but it's more about the here and now, getting yourself as far up the field as possible, and less about development work for the future.
So let's take a look at the starting grid for the Spanish Grand Prix. Is going to be Haas starting in front as Kimi Raikkonen, and alongside is going to be the 5th-time world champion Lewis Hamilton, not even a 10th behind. So it was a very close qualifying, and now Valtteri Bottas and Daniel Ricciardo sharing the second row of the grid. Now Sebastian Vettel and Max Verstappen, and the Both Reynolds bets of the rest. And Fernando Alonso and Sergio Perez running out of the top 10, and then Roman Grosjean, Kevin Magnussen, Esteban Ocon, Charles Leclerc, Pierre Gasly, Stoffel Van Dorn, Marcus Ericsson, Brendan Hartley, and the final of the grid we have the Williams of Lance Stroll and Sergio Perez in P19 and P20 respectively. With the grid all set, let's see what we can do, and let's see if we can win this Spanish Grand Prix.
You've done well to put it on pole, but we've still got work to do. Trying to cover the inside line off the start.
Thanks a lot, Jeff, and welcome guys to the Spanish Grand Prix, starting on pole position as Kimi Raikkonen on the Ferrari. And yeah, let's see what we can do. The strategy schedule for today is going to be a 2-stop, and we're going to pit for the medium tires, and then we're going to finish the race on the soft compound of tires. But let's see what we can do. We're going to start in front, but yeah, as you know, my starts in F1 2018 are always awful. So, but yeah, as Jeff said, we're going to try to cover the inside light, but 5 red lights. And away we go to the Spanish Grand Prix, and once again it's a poor start. We're going to give a squeeze on Hamilton, and we made contact. So yeah, too aggressive from me. Yeah, it's my fault, and but I think there's no damage for Lewis. And heading to turn 1, we're still in the lead, and yeah, very comfortable on the lead. And now maybe Hamilton is a little bit vulnerable to Daniel Ricciardo, but yeah, first couple of corners we are leading the Spanish Grand Prix, and yeah, 33 laps ahead of us. So let's see what we can do already in the start-finish straight. You can see that we have a solid lead already, and as you can see in the minimap, I think Hamilton and Daniel Ricciardo are squabbling a little bit. So this is playing on our favor a little bit, white on turn 3. This can play on our favor. Now we can build a healthy gap and break that TRS window. So yeah, as you can see on the minimap, they are squabbling, and yeah, we're going to surely extend our gap. And that's what we did in the first 5 laps of this race. And now we're going to pit for a fresh set of medium tires. These super soft tires are absolutely destroyed, and Daniel Ricciardo was already catching me. He was ahead of Hamilton and managed to pull away of him. But yeah, a good stop, and let's see, now we're going to be demoted to last place, and we're going to get some fresh air. And we're going to get some clear air. So maybe we can extend our gap to Daniel Ricciardo and make this undercut work. So now what we have to do is just put an amazing outlap and try to not lose much time with these Williams cars, and they are with a huge set of medium tires, so it should be an easy move on this car, especially on the start-finish straight with DRS open. There's Daniel Ricciardo leaving the pit, slipstream of Lance Stroll. Let's see what we can do. This is going to be so close. We're going to the inside side of the track, almost pushes off to the grass, but there he is. We overtook Lance Stroll, and Daniel Ricciardo is going to be stuck behind the Williams, but now catching Sergei Sirotkin. Let's see what we can do. Good exit in the second sector. We are very strong on the second sector. We're going to drive on the inside of this left-hander, and yeah, a little bit aggressive. We banged wheels, but yeah, can't lose time with these guys. We are in the different league. They are backmarkers. We are front runners, but yeah, we are now in P11 in the net P1. So yeah, effectively we are in the lead of this Grand Prix. And now lap time, some of the guys in front made their stops. We are in P9, but this is the move for P8 on Brendan Hartley on the hairpin. And yeah, there he is, and that's us into P8, but we lost a little bit the back end, and once again I struggle a lot in this last sector. So but yeah, Daniel Ricciardo, sorry, is a little bit stuck behind Brendan Hartley, so that can help to extend our gap. Let's see if we don't lose time with Stoffel Van Dorn and Marcus Ericsson. So close to the back of the McLaren of Stoffel Van Dorn, but we can make that move stick, and now he's going to be Ericsson in a weaker car, so he should be easier than Stoffel. But let's see what we can do in the fast right-hander. This Ferrari has so much downforce than the Alfa Romeo Sauber. And yeah, open the DRS and slipstream on him. We're going to the outside, and let's see, heavy braking to the hairpin. And can we make that move stick? We're going to stick on the outside line, but we run wide, a little bit wide. And Ericsson is going to take that position back. He's on sideways, and we are on sideways as well. And yeah, can we hold it? No. And yeah, we are still in P7, but let's see what we can do. We can't lose time with these guys. We're going on the hairpin. Very, very tight, and we made contact a little bit. Maybe Ericsson didn't leave much space, but now we're going to have DRS again because he's ahead of us, and now it's going to be a drag race to the first couple of corners on the start finish straight. We give a squeeze because yeah, I was a little bit frustrated with that contact, but yeah, before the first couple of corners we managed to overtook the Swedish, and yeah, that's us into P6, but yeah, virtually we are in the lead of this Grand Prix. Ahead of us is Pierre Gasly on a huge set of medium tires, so he's going longer on this race. Maybe he's going for the one stop, so yeah, keep an eye on these guys in front. And now let's chase him. Not him, but Charles Leclerc. We are happy to be free because Gasly stopped and some of the guys in front stopped. So yeah, let's see what we can do. Slipstream on Leclerc is a little bit far, but we're going to try to make a dive on the locks up. So this helps us, but we go so deep in that happen. But we managed to make that move stick, and that's us into P2. And yeah, in the lead of this Grand Prix is Esteban Ocon, and it's the same strategy as Gasly and Leclerc. So yeah, he's going longer, so it shouldn't be much of a problem, and we're going a little bit wide on the chicane. But yeah, now he's trying to chase Ocon, slipstream on him. Ricciardo is getting some slipstream. Ferrari engine versus the Mercedes engine, but we have the RS, and before the chicane, the first chicane, I can say, of the circuit, we move into the lead, and Ricciardo moves into second place. So yeah, once again, lap 18, now we take the lead of this Spanish Grand Prix, and now let's see what we can do, because in terms of tire wear, we are not, I'm struggling a little bit, I can say. So, and then Ricciardo at this moment might have the best, the tires of him, sorry, should be in a better condition. So maybe we have some defending job to do. So let's see what we can do. But in entering to lap 19, we are under threat of Daniel Ricciardo with the DRS open, overtake ERS. Let's see if we can hold, yeah, with the Ferrari engine. Still with the DRS open, Ricciardo can't overtake us because of that Renault engine. So yeah, in terms of straights, maybe we're safe with Daniel Ricciardo, but not with Vettel that is approaching to us because of all of this squabbling. But yeah, Daniel Ricciardo probably can make a move on the last sector. So yeah, we have once again we have some defending job to do, because at this moment I'm struggling a lot with the tire wear. So entering to lap 21, here's the situation: Raikkonen, Ricciardo and Vettel. This is a battle for the lead of the race. There's Vettel with that Ferrari engine, flies past us Daniel Ricciardo, and maybe he can try something on us, but no, he backs off a little bit. Maybe, yeah, we are teammates, we have to be a little bit more cautious, and we maintain the lead of this Spanish Grand Prix. And in the same lap we're going to pit for our final stop of the race. We're going to put a fresh set of soft tires, and let's see, personally I don't like the medium tires, they are very slow, but let's see if we can do a better job with these soft compound of tires and maybe do the fastest lap of the race. But now let's see where we're going to rejoin. If we're going to rejoin in clear air, we are at the moment in P10, and maybe we're going to leave the pits in P10. There's Roman Grosjean, but yeah, we're going to maintain the P10, and let's see if Ricciardo stays or pits in the next lap. Probably he's going to pit in the next lap, and as well for Sebastian Vettel. So let's see. Now we have to put an amazing lap and try to gain some time and make this undercut work again. Entering to lap 23, let's see, there's Vettel and there's Ricciardo, so the position is maintained and we extend our gap. So the undercut has actually worked, and yeah, some of the midfield runners and Hamilton as well, there is nowhere to be seen in this race. Maybe it took some damage of the contact we made on the start, but yeah, and that's us into P4, and we go purple on the first sector. So let's see if we can make a good lap, use all the track, and let's see if we can extend the gap to Sebastian Vettel, 2 seconds up. And yeah, let's see if we can put an amazing lap, because we have to extend our gap, because probably in the final stages of this stint of the race I'm going to struggle a little bit with tire wear. So heading to the final corner, let's see if we can make the fastest lap. One of the rebels, I think, is Max Verstappen. Yes, it's Max Verstappen and then Valtteri Bottas. But can we make the fastest lap of the race? No, we can't. But we made our personal best, so at least we tried. But now we have some blue flags, so let's see if this Williams gets out of the way. Losing time when I'm trying to pull away from Vettel and Ricciardo is the last thing that I want at this moment, because at the end, in the final stages of the race, once again, probably I'm going to struggle with tire wear. So prepare for some defending job in the final laps of this race. Let's see if Stroll gets out of the way. Thank you so much, Sergey, and let's see if moves out of the way for my teammate. He actually holds up a little bit, so yeah, help me. The Williams helped me in a way. But now we have our safety car. I don't know who is out of the race. We are 90 runners, but we have a retirement before this safety car. That was Marcus Ericsson, I forgot to mention. But yeah, very strange safety car in the final stage. So it's going to be a sprint, I can say, to the finish line. So this is a good time to save some fuel and recharge all the batteries. So because I don't know, I couldn't run anymore in rich mix because I was running out a little bit of fuel. But this safety car is a bad thing, because we're going to be all bunched up, especially Vettel and Ricciardo, and maybe the Mercedes can have a word to say. But it has a positive, that is we can recharge our battery and save some fuels for the final 2 or 3 laps of this race. But lap 30, 4 laps to go, the safety car is entering the pits, so we're going back to green flag, and there is no overtaking for now. We are all bunched up, so this is going to be a little bit dangerous in terms of maintaining the lead of this race, of this Spanish Grand Prix. Yellow flags, I don't know if there was a crash of an engine failure at the restart of this race, but Vettel goes, we are going defensive and Vettel goes on the outside, but we maintain the lead, and now he's just pushed to the maximum to the finish line, because yeah, we have all the battery available, and yeah, a lot of fuel available, so it's going to be rich mix to the finish line basically, and that's what we did. We maintained the lead of this race, and now we're going to win, and we're going to cross the line to win the Spanish Grand Prix. This is for you, Thomas.
Absolutely fantastic. It's a brilliant result. Well done.
Great effort there from Ferrari to take the victory today. And Anthony Davidson, give me your thoughts. How did they accomplish this result?
Well, they played the safety car to absolute perfection. There are so many factors to worry about once the race is neutralised. I mean, do you hit the fresh rubber? Do you have the space behind you? How much fuel can you save? If you answer all of those questions correctly, you'll have a good chance. And that's exactly what happened today.
And now it's time to wind down and celebrate after that fantastic Grand Prix. Here they come, your top 3, out onto the podium.
And that's the end of an amazing race, winning the Spanish Grand Prix as Kimi Raikkonen. So challenge then, that was winning the race once again. To make Thomas happy, I can say, yeah, it was in the game, not in the real life, but I thought a nice idea to do this challenge. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe to the channel if you're new to see more Formula 1 content. But now it's time to say goodbye. My name is Tomas, and I'll see you guys next time.
Nightmares creep while you and me repeat. This bittersweet heat is suffocating. I'm waiting and always hesitating. Kryptonite desires set my heart afire.